Okay, so this is going to be a video based on what I don't like about Windows Phone 8.1. I've had Windows Phone 8.1 for a while now, and I think I've used it enough to make this video. However, I know this isn't going to be my most professional videos, but here we go. Okay, so I'm reading from my notes right now, and number one, Action Center has a poor selection of quick action options. You know, the toggles at the top, there is not much you can choose from, and I really do want to see more features and functions being able to be selected in that area. Secondly, the Me Hub has been watered down, so notifications have been stripped out, which is forcing you to use apps. Also, post an update has no longer the dual post feature, so you cannot post to Facebook and Twitter simultaneously with just one post. People Hub has also been stripped down. You can no longer view Facebook photos directly from the hub. You must have and open the Facebook app to do so. Speaking of Facebook, we no longer have the integrated Facebook Messenger from the messaging hub, so again, forcing you to use an app. I really loved the integration that Windows Phone 8 had, you know. But next up, the Facebook app likes to sneakily run in the background. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but sometimes even Skype does it now as well. If you back out of the app, it doesn't close it like it used to. You have to hold the back button and, you know, close it from that screen. And it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but you know, all these little things will end up taking up your battery behind your back. Next up, we've got the Photos Hub. Again, has been stripped down. Now this is more direct, but also less pretty. We've got no background pics. That was something I absolutely adored about Windows Phone 8. Absolutely beautiful. The presentation you had, you've now taken that away. Why?
Alright guys, so does anyone have any ideas on how to lure in more customers with Windows Phone 8.1?
Yeah. Let's remove, no wait, you're gonna love this. Let's remove what is arguably one of the most attractive things about our operating system. The Music and Videos Hub no longer exists. It has now been separated into two hubs now, of course, which is music and videos separately. But the thing is, I liked having all my media in one place, and I really appreciated the hub showing me apps and, you know, media that were relevant to that hub all in one place. Again, I repeat, all in one place. That's what you call a hub. Anyways, next up we've got the Music Hub. Looks very bland. Now let's look at the Music Hub. But it's even worse in the Videos Hub. I have a boring black background. I've also got a message saying my collection is empty, even though it's not. And last but not least, my own videos on my phone are relegated to the bottom of the screen. Unbelievable. Speaking of music, I'm still getting the music is too loud warning. This has got to be... I've been wanting to rant and rage about this. My phone is telling me that my music is too loud. The first time I saw this, I was furious because it's not even that loud, honestly. Max volume is 30. It's honestly not that loud. There are many devices that go louder than that. And guess what? You might be thinking, oh, but Microsoft are trying to look after your hearing. I don't need to be babysitted by Microsoft. Secondly, sometimes I use an auxiliary cable to my phone. An AUX cable, which means the sound is coming out of a stereo, not headphones. And my phone is turning down my volume for me because it thinks I'm listening via headphones. This just needs to go, honestly. Another thing that seriously needs some kind of cleaning up or sorting out is the settings list. The setting list is still jumbled as hell. What does it take to categorize or organize a bunch of features or settings into an actual topic. So for example, display, you could put glance screen in there, you could put brightness in there, you could put the color profile in there, but no, it's just a completely messy list of, you know what, next one. Back to the store hub. The store hub, you guessed it, is bland as hell too. An online store is supposed to be one of the most attractive areas within any corporation. It invites the customer, makes them feel welcome and entices them to spend. Hell, why do you think the PlayStation Network store got so much praise when its new layout was revealed? Just look at Apple's App Store and Google Play compared to this dark lobby of sadness and regret. I understand that Windows Phone is supposed to be minimalistic, but this is just taking it to a whole new level. You might as well remove the app logos next. Before, an app used to be featured and highlighted. It would have also had the whole background to itself whilst you browsed around. I'm not gonna lie, that also made me want to check out the stuff I wouldn't have. So for example, they would feature an app that I probably wouldn't know about. It's on the main screen and I would check it because it's featured, but we don't have that anymore. Okay, next one is, the games have bombarded their way into the app list. Why? I do not know. This is something I praised in Windows Phone 8. I said, what did I say again? I said, games are apps, but not all apps are games. Do you get that? I repeat, games are apps, but not all apps are games. So giving the games hub their own, giving the games their own hub without putting them with amongst other actual apps was very organized and clean. But now they're all jumbled in the main apps list and also the games hub for some reason. It's like they're taking steps back with Windows Phone 8.1. I don't know what they are doing. Next up, the new video player has too much going on. I'm talking about the one in the video hub. So yeah, have a look. What is all this? The old one was way better and much more cleaner. Now in terms of the one on Internet Explorer, it's got this random purple bar, very hard to precisely fast forward and rewind to where you want to. They need to fix this. If you want tips on how to make a good video player interface, just look at MetroTube. MetroTube, absolutely stunning. They have a big thumbtack for you to fast forward and rewind, and they display the time, everything perfectly, and also the title of the video. Get some tips, Windows. I don't know what you're doing. You're supposed to be the kings of this, but what is this? Okay, next up, the word flow keyboard could be smarter and more refined. Sometimes it doesn't register words. For example, try to type magnificent fast and it won't go in. It knows I've typed it because it appears on the bar at the top, which means it knows what I'm trying to write, but for some reason it just won't put it in. And another thing about this word flow keyboard, it honestly is very fun, it's very smart, and I do like it. But I've found that I don't use it as much as I want to because naturally, with human instinct, you can't see what you're typing until you finish that word. Whereas with a QWERTY keyboard, if you're typing with each keystroke, you can see what you're typing and you know that you're not wasting your time. With the word flow keyboard, you gotta do that little drawing and then hope that the words come out right. I've written paragraphs of stuff that have just come out completely wrong, and it just puts me off from using the word flow keyboard. Alright, moving on. Location turns on by itself. I've seen a location icon popping up and running away at times. Now I leave my location permanently off, so that is kind of freaky. However, I have selected an option for my location to be tracked periodically and before the battery dies in case it is lost. I'd rather it was just tracked when the battery gets low. This one is a bit of a nitpick, but what I'm saying is I do like this, but some may not, especially knowing it's Microsoft we are dealing with here. So in other words, just before the battery gets low, that's when you can track it. Please make that an option, thank you. Now this one is actually kind of serious. Internet Explorer crashes very often. I don't know what is going on, but it's getting out of hand. It's very frustrating. In fact, it's become so common and I'm so used to it now, I just be like, oh, Internet Explorer crashed again. Let me open it back again. just for it to crash again. I don't know what's going on, but it tends to happen most on YouTube. As you know now, you don't need to watch YouTube videos in full screen anymore. HTML5 is supported. You can scroll down whilst the video is playing, scroll up, blah blah blah, check the comments, etc, etc, and then YouTube should crash on my Lumia 920 anyway. Another thing is this thing, decode error, invalid source. This keeps popping up and I don't know why the hell, but I never saw this on Windows Phone 8 at all. Never had a problem. It's very annoying and it keeps happening quite a lot. In fact, I've got some screenshots and as you can see, that is a lot of evidence. Oh, also another thing about Internet Explorer, it doesn't show how many tabs are open like it used to. I'm talking about this little tab icon here. You know, before it would show you if you've got 2, 3, 4 tabs open. Now you've got no number to indicate how much tabs are open. Again, some kind of steps taken backwards for some reason. Now I don't know how or if I should put this one in here, but it's how I feel, so I might as well say it. No Cortana. Yes, I know Microsoft is working hard to bring a UK version of Cortana to me, but Cortana has got to be one of the biggest features that Microsoft were touting. So I've got the Windows Phone 8.1 update, but I'm feeling pretty left out. And when I consider how long EE took to release it to my device, I laugh and wonder, why didn't they just release it all together? And I'm talking about the Denning updates. What is the real point of having this Lumia Cyan update right now? I understand that this is update 1, and yeah, I know I may sound like a bit of a whiny bitch right now, but Cortana is more than just voice recognition, remember. Cortana is looking to be the world's best personal digital assistant. Some of my favourite features, like quiet hours and reminders, were things that I was very much looking forward to. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here with the stupid voice recognition system, which also seems to have been dumbed down.
Sorry, I didn't understand you.
I didn't even say anything. Call.
Sorry,
What?
I didn't understand you.
Text dad.
Searching for text dad.
Really? Really? If I don't get Lumia Denim on this phone before the end of the year, I'm going to be very disappointed. In fact, I'm due to upgrade my phone pretty soon, and I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure I'll be sticking with Windows Phone. In fact, I had a word with EE the other day. They said I'm due to upgrade, and in fact, I can upgrade early. I'm still sitting here just wondering and waiting, or you know, should I really go ahead and get that Lumia 930? Because let me be honest, with the 930 I am not as excited as I was with the 920. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the Windows Phone experience or just me being unimpressed with the hardware of the 930. I've been looking at a lot of reviews and I don't understand why people are hyping it so much. Now, I also went to an EE store and I tried out the 930, and I have to say it felt absolutely wonderful in my hand. To anyone saying that the phone is huge or it doesn't have curved edges, it was absolutely lush. It was beautiful. Now, in terms of that orange or green, I am not going for that. I'm going to have to go black. Okay, going black again, yep. But you know, another 2 years on Windows Phone with a Lumia 930, I'm not sure if I can do that. But at the same time, I'm looking at other devices and thinking, I don't really want to go there. I am open to it, but yeah. Anyways, moving on. You know, the big three, iOS, Android and Windows Phone. They're all great, but they all also have their problems. Apple has a nice offering, but I find the phone overpriced and the specs a little unimpressive. Android phones would be the next best place for me to look, but I cannot forget how laggy the operating system can be. Finally, Windows Phone is great, but they're just behind. Behind as usual. From app selection, you know, selection of apps to features in general, you name it. I'm kind of going off topic here again, but my contract with this phone is over by the end of November. Microsoft and Nokia, it would be wise if you released Lumia Denim before the end of this month so I can get to see for myself the fully fleshed out 8.1 update I was supposed to receive in the first place. It would and should help me decide if I'm staying with Windows Phone or not. I went against the norm and adopted Windows Phone, especially when it was still quite young. I still love my phone and the experience, but I expect more. This phone right here in front of me has served me so well. It doesn't even feel like it's been 2 years. This phone has absolutely been wonderful. Now, the ball is in your court. Otherwise, you may lose a valuable customer who praised your product even when others were closed-minded and ignorant to the beauty that Windows Phone could be. Oh, and to my viewers, yes, I know there's the developer's preview, but I refuse to touch that, mainly because I want to experience Windows Phone as a proper customer who doesn't know the shortcuts. I want to know what the real experience is like without jumping the gun, and this helped me keep a clear and unbiased view of things, even though I have access to 2 Lumia 920s. Finally, the big one. It eats my freaking battery. All of a sudden, I have an iPhone battery. My battery life has dramatically declined. It's not nice. So, overall, I am not too impressed with Lumia Cyan. As you can see, most of my complaints are a lot to do with the aesthetics, simplicity and presentation of Windows Phone 8.1. They've removed a lot of the staples that made Windows Phone stand out from its competitors, and they need to bring them back. I don't know one person who's happy about the removal of features. In fact, a lot of people are begging for the little things back, such as integrated messaging. The little things that all added up into something special, that is, they need to be brought back, and I'd love to see them come back. Windows, Microsoft, stop taking steps backwards. Thank you. Thank you for watching. That has been my kind of little mini rant, and I'm still supporting Windows Phone, but you know, I'm expecting a lot more, and I'm not expecting steps backwards. Peace out.